Hi, this is Mara Apgar, and I'm going to talk this morning, well, I was going to talk about pomodoros, which are tomatoes. Actually, Pomodoro has actually become a word for a technique to break your day up into small time periods, and a lot of people find it very helpful. They have a set task and they've got 25 minutes to do that, and at the end of it they have a short break and then they go on to do the next step. I really recommend doing short periods, but I find 25 minutes, you really have to vary it according to what you're doing. If you're doing fairly straightforward, repetitive work, 25 minutes is probably going to get you a lot. If, on the other hand, you're doing stuff that involves a lot of flow and a lot of real focus, my suggestion is that you take a chunk of time that is personalised to you. What you can do is set the timer, start doing your flowy stuff, and when you get to the point where you're done, have a look and see what that time is. Your aim is to shorten that a bit, because generally what most of us do is that they work until they've run out of juice, and that's kind of demoralising, because it's like, instead of going, oh, okay, I've got that done, let's go have a break as a reward, what people tend to do is they work until they're like, oh, I can't think anymore, this is annoying, come on, keep thinking, and they kind of drag it out. At least that's what I tend to do. So something else that, going from time slots to mindfulness, someone on the Flying Solo community, that's flyingsolo.com, mentioned mindfulness as a tool in everyday life and as well as in the business environment. And to actually learn to be mindful is a real challenge, because we do get wrapped up, we get into flow, we get into conversations, we get distracted. And one of the great tools for mindfulness is just a reminder. So my trick for this, which also works for doing your little time slots, works beautifully together, is to set a timer. Now, I'm not suggesting that you use a Pomodoro timer, which originally was a little mechanical tomato, because Pomodoro, of course, means tomato, a little electronic thing that you turn it, and when it gets back it goes bring, very loudly. That's an aversive. If you're in flow and something suddenly makes you startle, not so good. That noise, that's off my playlist, that's my little alarm clock. I have here a tablet. It has, I've put on an app called Alarm Clock Extreme. There's probably dozens and dozens of them. It hooks up to my playlist, and it has a lovely little feature where it has a volume crescendo, which means that it starts really quiet and it gets gradually louder and louder. If you're in flow, you'll be able to hear that, take note of it, sort of in the background without getting distracted, and you know you've got to finish that thought. There's nothing that's making you leap out of your chair in terror and breaking your thought process. So it's a lot more rewarding. It's music that you pick, that you like, and it just signals, okay, finish what I'm doing and then get back to having a break. And going back to the mindfulness issue, that's your cue. Your break is your cue to have, okay, where am I? What am I doing? How am I feeling right now? And little 5-second meditation session, have your cup of coffee, go look out the window, say hi to your pet, whatever you usually do on your breaks, and then you go on to the next one. As I said, set the timer for your work style and what you're doing. That set X number of minutes doesn't work for everybody. For me, for a lot of flowy stuff, I actually want 2 hours. If I'm in the right mindset for it, I want to finish before 3, because by the end of 3 I'm feeling pretty ragged. I'll have a break at 2, I'll be able to do another 1.5 on that particular project. So there you go. Alarm Clock Extreme, and also a really good source of advice for small business owners, flyingsolo.com.